Hey guys, it's Pierre Poliquin. You want to know why I'm excited? Because it's big, it's now, it's Spyder TV. Hey guys, it's Pierre from Spyder TV. Today we're live from Pitbull Power Sport that's in Springfield, Missouri. We're here with Rickylen. How are you, Ricky?
Doing good. Good to see you, Pierre.
Thank you. We're here to talk a bit about Spyderfest. We want to, we got the next legacy coming up in 2014, so we're kicking it up a notch, as we would say. We're going to bring it to the next level. For that, we thought it was a good moment to maybe reflect a little while back,
Yes, sir.
how you got here. Year one and the start of it all. So we're going to bring you a couple of different videos, part 1, part 2, part 3. We're going to break it down for people, but we're going to tell the Spyderfest story. It's the first time it's being told.
It has been.
Okay, so we go back to 2010.
Sure.
We're at your dad's dealership in Cuba, Missouri.
Yes, sir.
You're working there and you want to throw a barbecue for your friends, for your clients. What's the first thought? What's the thought process when it came to you the first time?
You know, really, when it come to me the first time, Pierre, we went out on a ride with some friends of ours to a USO ride. Mo Lee and a couple other guys from Waynesville area. And we had a lot of fun at it, and we're like, why don't we do a Spyder-only ride? So about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, maybe a little longer than that, one of our friends come in and he helped us get it on Spyder Lovers, which I'd heard of Spyder Lovers at that time, LeMonster's website, SpyderLovers.com. And we put it on there, and we're having this little backyard barbecue and started telling a few people, and it kind of really just went from there. And
that's what happens when you go on Spyder Lovers.
Spyder Lovers.
Things happen. So
do.
Weeks are coming by. You're about maybe a month and a half out from the event, and you're starting to get some feedback. I guess people on the forum, on Spyder Lovers, are talking about this. Yeah. What kind of response are you getting?
Correct. You know, I really expected people to come from Missouri, which is where we were based at.
Okay.
And all of a sudden they started chiming in from Florida and Texas and Oklahoma and Iowa and all these other states. And about 2 to 4 weeks before the actual event happened, we knew we had something that was going to be very special.
Did that catch you a little bit by surprise, thinking that somebody would actually ride in from Florida for an event?
Pierre, it really did, because at that time Spyder was only a couple of years old. There was limited amounts of them out there.
Okay.
And we just really didn't know the rider clientele. We'd sold several, but it was still in a very niche market.
Okay.
And yes, it did surprise me how many people were coming a long way to be part of this overnight event.
I think your wife was surprised because you're getting 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Your numbers are going up. You got to be prepared for these people coming in. Pressure is starting to mount a little bit.
Yeah, and I always fly by the seat of my pants a little bit, so I'm one of those guys, bring it. But yeah, I think it was making everybody a bit nervous trying to plan for what was supposed to be 20 or 30, 40 people to the numbers are up in there, 100, 120 people at the event. So.
For the first annual Spyderfest, you were looking Saturday only.
Saturday only.
But you got a surprise. People came in early.
They came in early.
They left late.
They left late.
You went for 3 days.
We went for 3 days on our first Spyderfest, not knowing what we were doing.
Okay, talk me through it. People started coming in on Friday?
Yeah, you know, everybody covered because they were planning on staying Saturday night, so we didn't really have anything going on Sunday. Just Saturday barbecue, go back to the hotel, and all of a sudden, riders are chiming in. Yeah, we're coming in Friday night. We'll be there Friday morning, so we had to come up with something to do, and we actually went out to the golf course, and they had a little art show going out there. We took everybody out and mixed this whole group that we didn't know in with the locals, and everybody had a great time. And that's when there was something different. I've been involved in a lot of motorcycle groups. Been from coast to coast with motorcycle groups and rallies, and there was something different about the Spyder community. A very humble, open, very cool people.
So they fit right in. You're there Friday night, people gather, they meet for the first time, a couple of handshakes. Next morning, Saturday kicks off. You had already planned a couple of rides, events. What was your day like on Saturday?
We did. We had the first one, we had a barbecue and then a big group ride. And at the end of it, we ended back up at the little barbecue place. in town, so we ended up back there that evening, then went over to the hotel and kind of really for the first time got to see all these people, because Spyder lovers, it was a couple of years old at that point.
Yeah.
The Spyders were a couple of years old, and for a lot of these people, it was the first time that they were getting to meet. They'd been on Spyderlovers.com and been friends, but they hadn't actually got to meet. And we had built some camaraderie with just messaging back and forth about all the people coming in. Even Lamont, that was
that was your first time
there.
Yeah, that was the first time you met Lamont.
Yeah, that was my very first meeting with Lamont, and a total gentleman.
Yeah, and so, how many people showed up by the end of it? Your Saturday night, you're doing a head count. How many people do you have?
We had somewhere between 100 and 120 people at our first event. It was
that's not bad for a barbecue.
Not bad for a barbecue. That they came from so far, and all these Spyders were in town. So at that point, Spyders were so new, so we would only have 2 and 3 in the showroom at a time. So all of a sudden in our parking lot, there's 75, 100 Spyders parked out there, and people are like, "Oh my gosh!"
This is good. And it's Saturday evening. People drove in from out of state. They're not leaving yet. They're staying for They're staying for Sunday. So what happened Sunday?
Sunday morning, we kind of got up and we had breakfast all together, and everybody hung out. And it was a lot of times, especially being on the road that far, people are in a hurry to get back on the road and be gone. But it wasn't. They were staying. Okay. So.
Okay, so they stay for brunch. People will go on their own way after.
Yep, we kind of.
Okay, 1 week goes by, 2 weeks go by. These people, they saw you on Spyder Lovers. Something must be happening on Spyder Lovers after that.
Correct.
What kind of feedback did you get?
The feedback on Spyders, I mean, it was just humbling on Spyderfest. People thanking you for it, saying it was the best time that they'd ever had. They enjoyed it, and I know these people drove 12, 15, 800 miles to get here.
Sure.
And they should be mad at us at that point, but they were having a good time. So at that point, meeting Lamont, meeting the Spyder lovers, and seeing what was going on and the location, we realized we had something that was a little bit special. So
we're maybe 4 weeks out, then you got to start thinking, what do I do next year?
Yeah.
You're building expectations even in the first year. Success, correct. People are talking about it, people want to come. They probably got a feeling they missed out on something. Correct. So when did you decide that this was going to be an annual event? It was going to keep coming back?
You know, honestly, Pierre, Sunday morning when people were leaving, we kind of had it in our head that this was something we would do again, and then after about 2 weeks of just watching the forums, we knew that this was the right thing to continue this.
Okay. One last question for this first part. Tell me about the Mo Gang. I hear the Mo Gang this, the Mo Gang that, and I want to know how the Mo Gang came about.
You know, and the Mo Gang's got a very unique start.
Okay.
And it's very simple. It's not a complex deal. The Mo Gang came about from the first Spyderfest because I knew some of the Missouri guys that came in.
You're talking about the riders, the people that you've ridden with before.
Yep,
okay.
The riders that had come in to help us set tables and chairs up and hang banners up, and it was, hey, Mo Gang, come over here and help us. We didn't want to ask the people that had came out of town. We wanted to answer questions to them, and that's how the Mo Gang came about.
From somebody that's out of state or out of country, when you're referring to the Mo Gang, you're referring to the MO of Missouri.
That's correct.
So you were calling the locals to come and help you. So the Mo Gang, okay. And Mo Gang is still big and strong?
Mo Gang is big and strong. It's changed a lot of hands and lots of new faces in it. And people come and go in it, but it keeps growing and it gets bigger. And
they're a big part of the Spyderfest.
Their Spyderfest wouldn't be without the Mo Gang.
Okay.
No doubt about that. So
since
then, it's kind of become a badge of honor to have that Mo Gang little flag flying on your avatar, and and a great group too.
Okay, so that's the first part. We wrap it up there. We got a lot more, but we got to keep them coming back. So part 2, we're going to talk about year number 2.
Year number 2.
Year number 3. And then the rest, we got big surprises for the rest. But this is all to lead up to the Spyderfest 2014 coming up on April 30th. Help me out with my French accent. 30th until
May 4th.
May 4th, and that's the next legacy. So that's the reason we're doing this. We're building up. We got big things coming. Rickylen, I appreciate it.
Pierre, appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.